Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Say What podcast. My name is Hannah, and on this podcast, we like to talk about marriage, purity culture, relationships, sex, painful sex, lots of fun things on the podcast. And it has been so long since we've recorded. Hello, I'm so happy to be back sitting in this chair, chatting with you. Full disclosure, I am getting over a cold that has lasted for like a week and a half. I was ready to record this like a week ago, but I have had the worst cold. I could barely talk. It has taken me out. And so I'm here today recording and I sound a little bit crazy, but this is just what we're doing, okay? It's going to be okay. I sound crazy, but we're just going to push through it together, me and you together. We are back. Oh, we are back. I'm so happy to be sitting back and talking with you. I want to know how you guys are doing. I haven't been that active on Instagram, and it's because we've been busy. We have been busy. So let's catch up over what's been happening over the last few months. I think the last time I recorded was sometime in April. It was like right after the miscarriage. So I took some time off from the miscarriage. I just wanted to kind of grieve and, get my feet back under me. The miscarriage obviously threw us for a loop. I mean, getting pregnant was so hard, and then we got pregnant, and then I was experiencing all the first trimester things and also things that I now know were related to the miscarriage, but I was feeling really sick all the time, and it was just like really, really hard. And then we had the miscarriage. And so I just have been like taking some time to get myself back after that. Honestly, my body had gone through so much with being pregnant and then the miscarriage. And so I just needed some time to like sit and think. I also had no thoughts in my brain to share with you, not a one. And I didn't want to just come on and ramble just for fun. Like I needed to have something of value to add to the world. And I feel like I didn't have any. And so I just was kind of waiting for, what time felt right. And here we are back in July. The time feels right. It has been, a good couple months off, but I have definitely missed recording. So here we are. So what's been happening? Let me look at my notes. Basically, like I said, didn't have a lot of thoughts. And now I have thoughts again. And I'm ready to share those with you. I have been still on my natural hair journey. And if you're watching on YouTube, I'm going to try really hard not to mess with it the entire time. But it's pretty crazy. Like, my hair is pretty crazy right now. And I did not diffuse it like I normally do today just because I didn't have time. And so it looks extra insane. And I should have just diffused it and it would have looked better. But here we are, working with what we got. But I have been doing my natural hair. I have not had any heat on my hair besides when I got my hair done. And that was just because like she needed to look at the final color. But I have not taken a hot tool besides like the diffuser, which doesn't count, to my hair in months. It has been months and it has been so nice. I love it. I love my natural curls. They have really come into their own and it's really fun. So I was thinking of filming a like complete wavy hair routine video. So if that is something that you would like to see, let me know and I'll record that for you and I'll put it on YouTube. I think that could be fun just to show you how I do my wavy hair. I basically learned everything from TikTok and then Instagram DMs. You guys have been so helpful with helping me figure out my wavy hair routine. So if you'd like to see it on YouTube, let me know. What else has been going on? So Tate has been at home with me and Thomas since June. So preschool ended in June. And so we have been working from home with a 2.5-year-old who went from structure every single day to no structure at all. So, it's been really crazy over here. I was doing really good with no screen time. Like we were really cut it out completely. We went, probably a month without it, even more, no screen time whatsoever. And then we've definitely brought some screen time back. I'm just being honest with you. Thomas and I both work. We work from home. And so having to figure out how to entertain a 2.5-year-old in a very small space is quite difficult. And so we have brought a little bit of TV back. It's not great, but his attitude is much better than what it was before when he was watching TV all the time. So that's a plus. I've been trying to like get out with him and do an activity during the day. But I still have to work. I still have things we have to do. And so it's been pretty hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I know people ask a lot of times for work from home with a child tips. And I really wish I had them for you because unfortunately my child for a lot of his life was not a good independent player. I think that's our fault. I think I just like played with him a lot and didn't give him a lot of space maybe to do that. And he's just like a mama's boy. Like we are just attached all the time. We're never separated. It feels like, I leave him a lot, like go on date night or go hang out with my friends or leave him with Thomas. But if we're at home, like he wants to be together. He wants to be together at all moments. And so That is proving a little bit difficult with working from home, but it's okay. We're making it work. I tried to do like keep a clean house. If I keep a clean house, he usually responds better to that. So that is a work from home tip, is like if you can keep a clean environment for them to be in, that actually gives them space to play and be imaginative. I have found that helps so much, which means cleaning up the toys every single night, because I live in a townhouse, so it's just, we don't have a playroom. It's just like one big open living room, kitchen space, and that's also where he plays, and that's where I work. So we are all in just one area. And I found that if I take, the time to clean up the toys every single night and reset them in the morning, we have a better day. So that is a tip for you. If you're working at home with a toddler, you should do that. On the docket for us this summer is also potty training. I know that's really riveting content, but let me tell you, it's going to take over our lives. It's going to take over our lives. We're going to do that in a couple weeks. But we've just been like hanging out, going to the museum. Somehow we have planned something every single weekend this entire summer. I don't really know how that happened. It was like something with church or something with friends. We have, back-to-back kids' birthday parties. And I'm so grateful to have so much going on with our friends and within our community. But it is a lot. We have just really booked up, like with travel. We went and saw my family. We got to surprise my dad for his 60th birthday, which was so fun. He had no idea we were coming, and the entire family came home to stay at my parents' house for the weekend, and that was so much fun. We just like showed up at his work on a random Wednesday afternoon, and he could not have been more shocked. Truly could not have been more shocked. We just like drove up, and he happened to be outside when we were pulling in, and so he like saw our car, and he told me, he was like, he recognized our car, but he's like, what? Like, that's not them. And then as we pulled up, he realized it was us, and he was just shocked. And then I told him, I was like, we're here for the weekend. Like, we're here for your birthday. We're going to leave on Sunday. And he was like, you're staying till Sunday? He was just crying. He was so happy. Truly over the moon. Just to like surprise him for his birthday. It was so fun. And the thing he loves most in the world is my son. So it was so good to just be like, here's your grandson. Happy birthday. Here's your grandson. One of the things that I'm so grateful for with my family is how involved they are with Tate and, helping raise him. And whenever we go stay at my parents' house, I really am hands off. Like I turn into the daughter again, and I'm like, I'm not his mom. You guys are in charge, not me. Like, what's going on? I'm laying on the couch. Like, I am off the clock. I use that as my break time. My parents don't live near us, so I don't, we don't get like breaks like that every day. It would totally be different if I was seeing them all the time. But since we don't see them all the time, I'm like, this is your time. This is your time to be with your grandson. So bye. I'll see you later. It's really great. I mean, I obviously am still his mom. We still do bedtime, but I'm very, very much just like hands off, except one bedtime real quick, just to tell a story about how much my child loves his grandparents. We were having a really hard time laying him down for bed. And he was like losing his mind. So I just like texted my mom, and I was like, can you come try? Maybe he just needs like a change of scenery or something. The moment my mom walks in, he immediately stops crying, lays in her lap, and falls asleep. And I was like, okay, you just wanted to be with your grandma, not with me. Got it. Got it. But we traveled to see my parents. We're going to see Thomas's parents soon. I'm trying to think if we have any other trips. Those are our only trips. We don't have any like vacations planned. Honestly, because we just got, so busy. We had stuff with just dinners with friends. We've had birthday parties. It's just been a lot. But it's good things. It's really good things. We're trying to make the most of it, trying to have fun, and just enjoy the summer. It definitely is hot here in North Carolina, so that proves to be difficult with going out and doing things. But, we're just living our best life. I'm trying to think of what else has been going on. Oh, also, there's been so much happening in the world, and I have not posted about it. So I just wanted to address not posting about it, because there is so much that has been happening in the world always, but it feels like especially right now. And I have not been posting about it. And what I want to say is, just because I'm not posting about it doesn't mean I'm not talking about it in my real life, doesn't mean I'm not fervently praying about what's going on in the world in my real life. I, deal with, anxiety, and like so many of us do. And it becomes a time where it's just like tragedy overload, and I can get really depressed and really anxious and start thinking that what's happening in the world is going to happen in my immediate world, and my anxiety just goes like through the roof. And that gets really hard. And I understand it's a privilege to like be able to like look at the news and then like skip away. I understand that is a privilege, and I own that. But when I'm, on social media for work or for a break or something, or trying to be inspired, and it's like all I see, which is good. Like, we need to bring awareness to what's going on. It also can just like really mess with my spirit. And I just feel like, you know how sometimes we often say to our parents, like, you guys are like on the news too much. You guys are on the news too much. We need to look a little bit inward, guys. Like, we may not be turning on CNN or Fox News on our TVs and watching it every single day, but we are definitely watching it every single day through our phones. And sometimes we're just like inundated too much with it, and it can have a real like effect on your like day-to-day life and your mindset, and it can just become really depressive. And I just really don't think that we are meant to have that much information. And I am truly spending so much time in my like personal life talking with my friends about the issues that are going on, spending time in prayer about it. Our church is talking about it and addressing the stuff head on, talking about LA. Like, I've been so heartbroken. I've gotten in fights with people over stuff that's going on in LA, like in real life. Like, I'm very passionate about like treating people with compassion and having compassion and empathy for people. And I have been so heartbroken over what's been going on in LA. All the floodings that have been happening have just really been so heavy on my heart. And the wars, like, are potentially going to war or not, and all the heartbreak that's happening with Israel and with Hamas, and just all of it. It's just so heartbreaking and heavy all the time. And with all the funding cuts that are happening, like, real people's lives are just being affected by all of this, and we're also, you know, affected by it too in different ways. And so it's just really heavy. And I just wanted to say, like, there's so much pressure at the social media world to always be talking about it, to always be an advocate. And, you know, I think you can have your lane for things that you advocate for. And I'm, you know, staying in my lane a little bit, but that doesn't mean that I don't care. And that doesn't mean that I'm like walking around like everything is fine and completely oblivious to what's actually happening in the world, because could not be further from the truth. Could not be further from the truth. I also want to be a little bit of escape from that stuff, because I already talk about heavy things on my account with purity culture. And so I want to be a little bit of escape from that and talk about like entertaining things when I can. And just try to like dial back a little bit of the heaviness. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that up because I've been thinking about it a lot lately and just wanted to address that. And again, I recognize it's a privilege, but that is just where I'm at with it. So, what else has been going on? One more thing, I have not been watching Love Island. Everybody's watching Love Island. I am not one of those people. And usually I'm not a hater, and I love it for everybody else. If you are watching it and if you are loving it, that's so great for you. The amount of content for you to consume about Love Island is through the roof. Every podcast I listen to, that's all they're talking about. And while I love that for the Love Island people, I do not love it for myself. I am getting so overwhelmed with all the Love Island stuff. And I'm like, guys, turn it off. Turn it off. Apparently, you guys are talking about how bad it is. Turn it off. It's killing me. And I just needed to say my truth, because all the Love Island fans are saying their truth. So I'm going to say my truth. And I'm not yucking on your yums. If you love it, that's amazing. And I love that for you. And I'm so happy for you. But for those who do not watch, I'm losing my mind. But it's going to be okay. Anyways, I have an exciting announcement that I'm so excited to tell you about, and that is me and my friend Jess from Pain-Free Intimacy. If you guys have been around for any amount of time, you know how much I love Jess. I talk about her all the time. I refer you guys to Pain-Free Intimacy a lot. She has been a guest on the podcast a good bit. We love Jess. We've been in this community doing like similar things on social media and just similar like work for years now, and I love her so much. And we are actually doing a meetup here in Durham. So I'm so happy. She's been doing meetups kind of all over the country for her community. And so we are going to partner and do one together, which is going to be so fun. So that is on August 2nd at 2 p.m. at the Durham Food Hall. We are going to be doing a little meetup. So it's just going to be a time of encouragement, getting to know one another, hanging out, just like really low pressure. It's not a charge. Like, we're not going to charge you anything. The Durham Food Hall has like a bunch of food and like snack options. So I'm probably going to get a fun drink, you know, just like get like some iced coffee or something. You know, I'm just going to have fun, and we're just going to hang out and talk. We have a little activity for us. Like, it's just going to be a really good time. It's so low pressure, like truly low pressure. I don't want you to feel like this is, you know, something that's going to take all your time, you know, or that's going to be like something to like be nervous about. Like, we're just hanging out. It's really going to be a really good time. So I am going to drop a link in the episode notes for you to sign up to come. That way we know how many people are coming, because we are going to bring a couple things for you guys. So I do just want to know how many people are coming if possible. But also, if you don't sign up and you still show up, that is totally fine. But I just would love to get a head count. And all this form is literally like your name and your email. Like, that's it. I just like want to know that you're coming. So I'm so excited to do this. It's low pressure. We're just going to hang out, and it's going to be a really fun time. So that is August 2nd at 2 p.m. at the Durham food hall. So we will see you there. I also would love your info because there is going to be some information about parking that I'm going to send out, because the parking around the Durham food hall is not stellar, but there are options for you. So I want to just give you a heads up ahead of time about the parking situation, because I'm looking out for you. Like, I'm here for you. I understand parking can be, a little bit stressful, and I don't want it to be. So I'm going to send out that info as well. So August 2nd, me and Jess, Pain-Free Intimacy. Our communities overlap so much anyway, so likely if you follow me, you probably follow her too. So like, how fun like it is going to be for us both to be there and just hanging out. Such a good time. I'm so excited. Okay, so I want to talk about today's topic, which is modesty in the summer, because it's on all of our minds, especially if you grew up in purity culture. But before I do that, I want to tell you, and I'm so excited to tell you, that today's podcast is sponsored by Pixie Cup. If you have followed me for any amount of time, you know that I am obsessed with Pixie Cup. I love them so much. I've used a Pixie Cup for 5 years now, and the quality is still just as good as when I first got it. When I made the switch to a cup, I experienced significantly less cramping, no leaking whatsoever. It was super comfortable, and I saved so much money, because buying tampons and pads all the time gets really expensive. I saved so much money, and I felt good buying from Pixie Cup, because every time you purchase a cup from them, they give one back, which it just feels so good. Like, I love supporting a company that actually like helps people and has such a good team and mission, and that is Pixie. Like, truly. They have so many different period products for you to choose from, such as cups, discs, pads, applicators, steamers, cleaners, and more. They really have a lot of options for you, and they have like postpartum things as well. So they really have it all. And I also know they have a new box for teens who are experiencing their period for the first time, and we just love that. Everything you need is like in that box, which is so great. But really, I've used the same cup for years now, and the quality still is just as good. The fact that you don't leak with it at all is so great, and that it's really comfortable, because when you're like sticking something inside you, you want it to be comfortable. So it is very comfortable, and I like truly don't feel it. I put it in, it's in there all day and take it out at night. It's so convenient. I love it so much. And I could talk about Pixie forever. You guys know I love them so much. But the last thing I want to share with you about Pixie is that their customer service team is truly 10 out of 10. Like, if you are having problems with your cup, if you are experiencing leaking, or you're having trouble with the insertion, it's not going in right, and you're like, there is some like troubleshooting that you kind of got to figure out when you're using a cup or a disc for the first time, their team is there to help you every step of the way. I know some of my friends have messaged them before being like, hey, I like can't really get this in right, I'm having some trouble, and they will walk you through it. Like, truly, their customer service team is the best. Like, I love them so much, and they are so helpful. They have so many tutorials for you, and just there to help walk you through the process, because they really want you to be able to work for you. They want you to be able to make the switch, and so they're here to help you. So you can learn more about Pixie's products by going to their website. I will link it in the episode notes. And you can get 15% off with code SAYWHAT. So I love Pixie so much. Thank you so much, Pixie Cup, for sponsoring this episode. Okay, let's talk about modesty. Purity culture girls. It's the worst time of the year, right? It's the worst time of the year. It's the time of the year where your shorts always feel like they're too short. You feel like you're always showing too many shoulders. Your tank top is somehow too revealing, even though it's completely covering. Your boobs look too big in your tank tops. It is just the time of the year that we dread, right? Right. Well, hopefully not anymore. We're going to talk through it today, so hopefully we do not have to dread that anymore. But I do just want to recognize that for so long, this was always a time of the year that I dreaded. Even though I love summer, I'm just like, what am I supposed to wear? Like, day to day, what am I supposed to wear? What am I supposed to wear to the pool? I'm really like stressed about this, even though people go to the pool all the time and it's not a big deal. I'm just like, also, what am I supposed to wear? And it's so hot. Like, I'm sweating. No matter what I'm wearing, I'm just dripping in sweat so much. And so I just wanted to talk to you today about trying to literally get dressed in the summer. And I know it can seem like, Hannah, what do you mean we just get dressed? But if you grew up in purity culture, you know the voices in your head that are telling you like what you're wearing is wrong, what you're wearing is like inappropriate, you're not being modest, you're dressing for other people. It's just like your shoulders are showing too much, your boobs look too big, your shorts are too short. Even if they touch your fingertips, they're still too short, like they're not long enough. You just like hear these things ringing in your head all the time. Like, am I, dressing the quote unquote right way, because I don't want to do anything wrong. That is just so much of what purity culture taught girls, and made us so insecure about ourselves and our bodies and the bodies that God gave us. It's like, I could wear a tank top and my boobs would look quote unquote too big, but like who said they look too big? What is that scale even? Like I made that scale up in my mind. That's not fair to me or to other people also. And it's just they look too big. What do you mean? I'm just wearing a tank top that covers myself. Even like the high neck ones. Sometimes I'm like, that just looks like too much. And I'm telling myself it's not my fault. This is the body I have. What am I supposed to wear? It's hot. I want to wear a tank top. Even though I'm completely covered, I can still just feel so insecure. And so I want to talk to you today about that because I don't want you guys to be feeling insecure. I don't want to feel insecure. I don't want us to be stressing about getting dressed every day. So the philosophy that I follow when I'm trying to get dressed in the summer is first I look at my heart posture and the reason that I'm wearing what I'm wearing. So let's say I grab a pair of shorts, I grab a tank top, I put it on, and I'm like, okay, what is the reasoning for this outfit? Is it so other people will look at me? Is it so I get the attention from like male gaze, like the, boys? Is it because I want to look good for them? What is my reasoning? Am I wanting everybody to look at me and just think a certain way? What is my reasoning for what I'm wearing? Okay, am I wearing these shorts and a tank top because it's number one, hot outside, so this is weather appropriate? Does it fit my body well? Do I feel comfortable in my body? Do I feel like I can move comfortably in my body? Can I bend over and not be so self-conscious? Like, can I raise my arms and feel good? Like, do I feel comfortable and good in these clothings? That is what's running through my mind when I'm getting dressed. And there was absolutely a time in my life when I was getting dressed for all the wrong reasons. Like I had the male, gaze in my mind. I wanted the boys to look at me. I wanted them to look and see my body. And I want to speak to the single people here to also because it's okay for you to like want to present yourself in a certain way because you do want to get married one day, because you do want to, find a boyfriend and then find a husband. But it's more about like, am I showing off my body so I can find a husband and I can find a boyfriend? Like, am I, dressing more revealing, hoping that I will find a boy? And it's like, okay, if that's your motive, number one, you're probably not going to find the right guy that you want to be with anyway. That's good. That's meant to be your husband. And number two, like, okay, you can be dressed, fully covered and still meet your husband, So like, that's when we have to look at our heart posture. Whew. The cold, you guys, is making it hard to talk. I'm sorry. That's where we have to look at our heart posture and our reasoning for it. So I don't want the single people to hear me and be like, okay, then how am I supposed to get dressed? It's okay if you want to present yourself in a nice way when you leave the house. That is not bad. That is not vain. It's not vain to want to look good because you like want to feel confident in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying when it's like the intentions of, am I showing off a certain thing just to get the attention of others. And it's like, okay, that technically, I would say is probably not being modest. And I would say the Holy Spirit is probably prompting you on that outfit to change a little bit. But if you're wearing the same outfit and you're like, okay, I feel like this is fitting my body well, it feels comfortable, I can move and do all the things I want to do in it pretty comfortably, and I'm not like worried about, my certain things falling out or whatever, like my boobs, coming out of the shirt or my butt, if I bend over, like I feel comfortable in it. Okay, I'm good. Like, and it's really hot outside, so I'm going to wear these shorts and tank top. If all that sounds good, then like, okay, you're good to go. That's what I try to run through my brain, especially being a mom and chasing a 2.5-year-old around everywhere. I really want to make sure that my outfits are movable and that I can chase a toddler around and not be worried about stuff. Cause like I do want my like boobs and butt to be covered up. Like that's just the stage of life that I'm in. And, I also always wanted that. I shouldn't say that's the stage of life that I'm in. I, have always been more self-conscious about it, but it's also just because that's what's comfortable to me. I think the thing that I still have to work through is like the, how big my boobs would look in a certain outfit. And it's like, okay, this is the body the Lord gave me. This is the body the Lord gave me. This is also what my body looks like after I have carried a child. This is the body that I have after breastfeeding a child for 16 months. And it is not my fault how big or small something is. And I am allowed to just wear a tank top like any other person would. And something to think about too is that we are in our head way more than what other people are actually thinking about us. Like we think about ourselves and think about the way that a t-shirt looks on us or falls on us the right way so much more than other people. Like other people are not looking at you and thinking about you that much, but we just get in our head so much. Like everyone's staring at me, everyone's gonna have an opinion. And it's also like, okay, if they do, like that's not the opinion of people that matter to you. If the people's opinion in your life like that are people that are in your life, their opinion is the one that matters to you, not these other people. And that has really helped me with getting dressed as well, as being like, nobody is thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about me, you know? Nobody is thinking about me as much as I'm thinking about me. That has really helped with my confidence as well. It's like, I need to get out of my head and seriously calm down, because it's not that serious. It's not that serious. People aren't thinking that much about me. So I'm going to walk in confidence, because that's the body God gave me. It's the body God gave me, and I am proud of it. I'm proud of all my body has been through. My body has been through some stuff. All of our bodies have been through some stuff, you know, and we're still here, and I'm going to walk around proud. I'm proud of what the Lord has done in my body, and I'm proud of where he has brought me, and so I'm going to walk like that. And I'm going to get out of my head and stop thinking so much about it, because nobody else is thinking about me that much. Like, I'm not going to the supermarket and leaving and thinking like, man, that girl's tank top was like so tight. Like, man, those shorts just did not fit her body the right way. Like, that is so not what's in my head. I couldn't even come up with examples right then and there, because that literally is never crossing my mind. I'm just so not thinking about that. And you're not either, you know? You're not either. And if somebody is thinking about that, well, you don't want their opinion anyway. They're not a kind of person whose opinion would matter to you anyway. So that really can help you as you're getting dressed this summer, thinking about those things. Those opinions of people who are like having those really negative opinions about you do not matter. Their opinions don't matter. What matters to me is what the people in my like day-to-day life think about me. And I trust that the people in my day-to-day life will tell me if they feel like I am like out of step somewhere. That has really helped with my confidence and how I'm dressing, and how I'm like also doing this podcast, and how I just conduct myself in life, is that I have really good people in my life who I feel like if I was out of step would say something to me. And I'm also willing to like listen to the Holy Spirit and his promptings. And if he is telling me to change, or if he's telling me to act a different way, like, I need to stop and obey that. And I can feel it in my spirit when it's an insecurity versus when it's the Lord, because I really will just like feel that like check of like, ooh, like that did not feel right. And when it's an insecurity, it's usually like pretty loud. It's pretty, you know, it's a lie. It's like, you're not pretty enough. You're showing off too much. It's those kind of things that are in my head. And when it's a check from the Holy Spirit, it's like, this is not what I want from you. And I feel like I'm, you know, really in tune with the Holy Spirit, because I spend time praying. I spend time reading my Bible. I spend time in worship. And it's like a part of our day-to-day life. So I do feel connected to the Lord in that way. I feel like I can really hear from him. There was a lot of times in my life where I was not having a very strong daily walk with the Lord. And I would tell you that I wasn't hearing from the Lord very clearly. And I would tell you that. But also when the Lord was speaking to me, I definitely wasn't listening, to be honest. Like, I was not listening. And so I really have to have that like strong foundation with the Lord to be able, I think, to hear from the Holy Spirit clearly. Like, that is, in my life, that is how it has been for me. And I just hear him a lot more clearly when I'm walking strongly with the Lord. And I also wanted to talk about bathing suits, because this is like the most dreadful part of summer, in my opinion. I saw a TikTok of a guy being like, girls, like, how do you actually feel wearing bikinis or wearing a bathing suit, even a one piece, like, to the pool? Like, you're basically wearing your like bra and underwear that was like under your clothes. Like, how do you actually feel? And every single comment literally was like, we hate it. We hate it. What do you mean? It's the worst thing ever. Like, I'm so exposed. It's the worst thing ever. And I mean, every single comment just basically said that. And I was like, that is so real. That is so real. I feel so exposed. It's like no amount of cover up sometimes feels like it's covered, you know, enough. And I could be in the best shape of my life, and for some reason I still feel that way. And I think it's just because, again, growing up in purity culture, I felt so insecure about my body. I felt like no matter what I did, I was being a stumbling block to somebody. Even if I'm dressing in, again, weather appropriate clothing, I felt like I was being a stumbling block. And my philosophy with bathing suits these days is, am I wearing it for attention from others? Am I wearing it so others will look at me? Am I wearing it so it's about me? Or am I just wearing weather appropriate clothing? Am I wearing poolside clothing that covers up what I feel like can cover me the best way? Okay, I am great. Like, I'm not being immodest. Bikinis are not immodest. And I have seen some way more scandalous, immodest one pieces than I have bikinis. Like, truly. There are some one piece bathing suits that I'm like, whoa, if I put that on my body, you're about to see every piece of it. Like, you're seeing every inch of my body. Everything is showing. Like, truly. It's just like, it does not always fit the right way that you'd want something to fit. I have found, for me personally, the best kind of bathing suits that fit my body are high-waisted, full coverage butt, and a sports bra style top. Because the sports bra style top really keeps your boobs in, which I like because, again, my pool days now are chasing a toddler around. So long gone are the days where I'm just sitting by the pool reading a book for the first time all year and I'm just chilling. Like, that's not my life anymore. And I'm grateful because I love my toddler. But I am chasing. Like, we are in the pool. We are playing mermaids. We are having a good time. And so I need a bathing suit that can properly work for all of that. And for me, it's a full coverage bottom. It's high-waisted. High-waisted, I just feel more confident in a high-waist bathing suit. I'm just not fully confident with my stomach being out, and so I feel a lot more confident with a high-waist bathing suit and a sports bra style top. The sports bra style top just really keeps everything in and feels a lot more secure than like a tie bathing suit, if that makes sense. So that is what I have found to be the most helpful. There are some one-piece bathing suits that I have found that if they have a little opening in the center, sometimes that feels right for me because it basically is like a high waist two-piece, but just like one all connected. That has been helpful, but I have found that those are the bathing suits that work best for me. If you're trying to find a bathing suit that works for you, I recommend looking those things up. And I did find one on Amazon that I feel like worked really well. It was a high-waist bathing suit. It was a sports bra style top. I will say there was like the tiniest bit of a little bit more bum showing than I would have liked, but it really fit me really well and I really liked it. Thomas really liked it. So I was like, okay, we're just going to keep it. And once I wore it once, I was like, oh, the butt's fine. Like, it's not showing more than what I thought it was. And I felt really confident in that. So I can link that in my Amazon so you guys can see that. But that's what you should be looking for. If you're trying to find a bathing suit, those are my recommendations as what I feel like can fit you best. Now, if a low-rise bathing suit fits you best, that is awesome too. I fully support you. That's just not what fits me. So every bathing suit these days is low-rise, and I just cannot get on board with that at the moment. I put a low-rise bathing suit on, and I was like, oh, nobody needed to see this. Like, not even me. I was not feeling very confident in my body that day. Anyway, I think that high-waisted bathing suits are a great option for you if that's what if you're looking for. I think if you're looking for bathing suits in summer, that's so great. But that's my philosophy. I do not think bikinis are immodest. I think that we need to look deeper at our motivations for wearing them and go from there. And I think if you are checking your heart and like where your heart is, your heart posture, your actions will follow. God does call us to be modest. That is in the Bible. And so if we're trying to live a modest life, usually your actions will follow that, and part of that is how you dress. But there's so much more to modesty than how we dress. But today's episode was specifically about that because it is summertime, and it's really hard to be in the summer sometimes and growing up in purity culture. So I hope I have encouraged you today to wear the outfit, wear the clothes, be confident in what you are wearing. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think that they're thinking about you. They're really not. And if they are thinking about you in that way, you don't want to be friends with them anyway. You're not going to value their opinion anyway, because that's not the opinion of somebody that you want, that you're going to care about, that you want to be in your life. So wear the clothes. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to check out the links in the episode notes of the exciting announcement about our meetup on August 2nd and Pixie Cup. And I will link my Amazon storefront for the bathing suit suggestions as well. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We'll talk soon.